Hi, welcome back to our final focus of the day in our 2-week wellness journey. And as you may know, we are able across a lifetime to learn new things. Might seem easier as we're younger, but even as we're older, we're able to adapt and learn new things. And so today we're going to really dig into neuroplasticity and what that means and why is this capable? Why are we able to do this? So, neuroplasticity is a fancy word that's used to describe how the brain changes in structure based on life experiences. This is important because the brain is made up, as we've talked about, of millions of brain cells that communicates with each other. And this communication ultimately results in what we do, what we think, what we feel, etc. And so neuroplasticity, it's the biological, chemical, and physical capacity for the brain to reorganize its structure and its function. It occurs as a result of learning, experience, memory formation, or as a result of damage to the brain. And so learning as well as new experiences can cause new neural pathways to strengthen, whereas those that are used less frequently become weak and eventually die off. And so, again, as we've been talking about, this is why we pay attention to the pleasant and neutral sensations, shifting away from the unpleasant. And so, neurogenesis is that ability to create those new neurons and connections between neurons throughout a lifetime. And that was founded in the Goldberg research in 2013. And so scientific research around building resiliency really speaks to, I know what we've all heard, brain cells that fire together, wire together. That was recent research done by Carla Schatz. And so neurons are brain cells that fire together, wire together, really means that those strong pathways form and that communication is quick. Again, something that probably comes to mind and might resonate is that use it or lose it analogy that you might hear in a lot of different contexts. It applies exactly the same way here. So the more we practice skills that cultivate our well-being, the CRM skills we've been practicing, the easier and automatic our responses are that are connected to our resilience. And so that's really that area of focusing around this concept here. Tuning and pruning are also things that occur within the brain. So tuning refers to our brain cells that form strong connections with other brain cells. And so those are the neural pathwork or neural networks or clusters of brain cells that develop. And essentially, these networks form specialized functions that allow us to really move towards those wellness skills that we have been practicing for the last 2 weeks. The pruning is where the brain cell connections that aren't being used weaken and disappear. And so, another analogy that I'll use is that, I can learn skills to intercept my tendency to avoid any intersection after I've had a car accident. And instead, I can use my CREM skills until I notice that my tendency to avoid those intersections gets weaker and weaker and perhaps disappears, allowing me to drive through intersections. And that is neuroplasticity at play. And so that really summarizes this tuning and pruning concept. Some additional research, the Davison research of 2016, really states that there is a way to measure the neuroplasticity in one's brain, and that measurement occurs on the brain circuitry that underlines these 4 primary circuits that are captured here on the screen. The resilience circuit, that refers to the rapidity in which you recover from adversity. The positive outlook, that has to do with that healthy and robust outlook and where you're able to see and recognize positive in others, as well as the ability to truly savor positive experiences. The third is the attention circuit. And this is really where that emotional well-being is linked to, as well as the ability to pay attention. So again, this tracking that you have been experiencing through really helps. Well, CREM skills really elevate all of these circuits, but that attention circuit is that noticing of pleasant or neutral sensations. And then, of course, the generosity circuit, which is the human propensity to engage in generosity. And as we explored in one of our focuses of the day, the embodiment of well-being, this is where we not only offer the gratitude, but can also recognize and notice when it's being offered by others, and that has a benefit too because of the mirroring neuron. And this is the neuron that actually happens not just when a person takes action, but also observes the action by another. And so this mirroring behavior occurs in our body as if we were the one acting and performing the action. And so this also explains how and why a person in their resilient zone is able to respond from their best self, as well as possibly help regulate somebody else in their zone. And so as we come towards the end of our focus of the day, of our 2-week program, I just want to draw your attention to this image. We have started an intentional practice, and it will take time and constant practice, as you've just learned in the neuroplasticity. But this gives you an opportunity to just really evaluate from time to time, where are you and what does it look like as you focus your attention during difficult times? Are you noticing yourself getting bumped high or low frequently? Or maybe you're moving now towards the resilient zone and ability to notice where you are and shift through the utilization of some of the skills that you have learned. And or maybe you have already really started to find yourself in your resilient zone and regularly practicing not just skills to bring you back in, but skills to really grow the resilient zone, which, as we've talked about, is the focus of CREM, so that you can face life challenges as your best self. And so practice the skills is the invitation. The more you pay attention to the sensations connected to your thoughts and feelings of well-being, the more those will grow. There is a free app available to all of you. And so as you consider your self-care plan, here's a few questions that you could consider. And our awareness moments today will actually prompt you to consider what skills work best for you. And that will be a really important part as you intentionally decide how you want to continue to bring the CREM skills to your life, if you decide you want to continue with these skills. And if so, this is the app. It's the iChill app, available to download both on Apple devices as well as Androids. And so as we close, I do invite you to enjoy your final awareness moments. And I just want to thank you for taking the time of the last 2 weeks to spend the mornings with me, as well as practicing your awareness moments. To all of you, be well. Thank you.